cheeks.
Sound is on. And we're live.
Welcome to the Art of the Rehab show, live every Monday, straight from MOG's soon-to-be old headquarters in the beautiful city of Atlanta. My name is Gabriel, the real estate Gabriel. Just created that name and I'm going to be using it now. Today, as of in every single show, I have with me Mr. Victor Aponte, the one, the only, MOG's founder, CEO, father, husband, entrepreneur, soon-to-be billionaire, investor, and my personal friend. How are you today, sir?
How are you?
Pretty good.
Ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
All black today. You both match.
Yeah.
And today I'm not between you all, so
That's
if
a
you
good
fight, is your problem. Now, I don't have her every single show here, but today she's here. MOG's also founder, Victor's wife, and MOG's lead interior designer. You see all those crazy designs that if you put like together with all the other rehabs done in Atlanta, it just, the other ones look like S. She's the one responsible for that, okay? MOG's lead designer, co-founder, co-CEO, wife, mother, soon to be billionaire because you guys share the account. So investor, entrepreneur, philanthropist, mom, soon to be grandmom, right? No, too much.
Not yet.
How are you? Aida Perdigon.
Hi.
You ready? You don't seem that excited today, are you?
I'm
Come on,
excited.
pump up.
Today is Monday.
Oh yeah, well, it's my favorite day. And I also have Marcelo here today. This social media mogul of MOG, the wizard. He is the one that makes all this possible. And we love him for that. But anyway, today we're going to do a really special show. We're going to do a case study about 1268 Lucille Avenue, Southwest Atlanta. That is a property that we flipped. It's our own property that we flipped, and we want to do a case study of all the steps. We're going to go over on how we bought the property, how we financed the property, how were the project returns, the ROI, and some extra items involved. Aida will be talking about the design part, Victor will be talking about the construction, and I'll be just here, you know, making the jokes. All right, cracking the jokes. And okay, so let's jump in straight to the first item, which is how we bought that property. Victor, what can you tell about the way we found the deal, how long it took to close? Don't get into the financing yet because financing is the next item. But you know, how many beds, how many baths. I can actually put some pictures. Can you put some pictures on the screen? I think you can put some, right?
On the screen?
Yeah, no, not there, but just here, on the show.
Finance is the next item.
Sure. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So Marcelo will be putting some pictures and videos of the property on the screen, before pictures, after pictures. But what can you say about the size of the project? What were some challenges we faced over finding the deal? The pre-closing of that deal.
Well, this is a historic district house. It's located in historic West End Atlanta. It started as a joint venture with a fellow investor, Malhar Pagar. Say hi to Malhar. We started as a joint venture. He acquired the property. For different reasons, we decided actually to buy the property from him.
Okay.
Basically, he wholesaled the deal to us.
Oh, really?
And we closed the property with private money in like 2 weeks.
And Mark is a very known investor in this market, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a good friend of mine. Well, actually, one of my mentors,
Okay.
coach, a great guy on this market. As I said, it was started as a joint venture, and after we decided that he wholesaled the property to us.
How many beds? How many beds?
It was 3 beds. A big hole on the roof. It was vacant for a long time. This is a house built in 1900s.
And was it a foreclosure? What was it?
Actually, it was a vacant property. Malhar was the one that got on the contract, and he asked me to partner with him, and we start pulling all the permits and all that.
Partner in what aspects? You would do the renovation?
A joint venture, yeah. He was putting the financing in place, and we put in the construction side of it. But as I say, at the end, we decided to just take a different route.
And
But
you took care of all of it.
yeah, we took the project actually
Okay.
to MOG.
So you assumed the loan. I don't want to get into the financing
And
yet.
then, well,
What
he
was
actually
that?
wholesaled the property to us.
Oh, just wholesale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we closed on the property.
Okay. And what was the challenges of that closing? How was the closing process before we acquired?
The closing it was really quick
Was it
because
smooth?
the hardest part was the permitting because it's
People are seeing some pictures on the screen right now. So you see, this is the afterwards. She is the one responsible for that, just so you know. Again, Aida Perdigon.
and
She's about to have her own Facebook page, and we're going to be boosting that.
yeah.
Also, her own HGTV style show. We're going to be boosting that. She's kind of, digesting the idea, and now I'm convincing her. But we're
Yeah, it's a
going to
good
make it
idea.
happen.
We're
I'm going to make
excited.
it happen. Like buying the materials, and I went off topic. Go ahead.
I'm lost.
Well, we were talking about the how we close the property.
Oh
how
yeah,
smooth the closing was.
we went through the permitting process with historical. Most of the people know. If you don't know, we explain the process really quick. When you have an historical property, you need to have an approval from the historical committee in the city of Atlanta, and actually they met once a month, and they have the really specific dates that you can just log that they want to evaluate your project, and usually takes some time. Takes a couple of months just to get everything straight up and have the approval for the permitting. In this case, we work in advance before we decided to just buy the property for MOG.
And this is Fulton County, right?
This is City of Atlanta.
City of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it change a lot because I believe we work more with the county, right?
No, with the city.
In
It was
numbers,
directly with
more
the
of
city.
cities?
Yeah.
No. In our other projects, normally we work more with the county, correct?
With different, depending. We do a lot of work in the city. We do a lot of work in the different counties, the Cobb, Paulding.
And what's the difference on working with the county, the city directly, and why this time was with the city, not with the county? What determines that?
With the city,
location alone?
with the city it takes more time.
If the city takes more time than
long way
Fulton
more
County.
time, and with historic with district, it usually takes a couple of months in order to get the permitting done.
First
Uh,
time, so I have to grab it. First time that happened.
But with different counties, depending, the Cobb takes some time as well. Cobb is really fast. Paulding is really fast. Douglas County is really slow. Roswell, city of Roswell is really slow.
And it's a matter of location alone, in terms of why some places in Atlanta are Fulton County and why some places are City of Atlanta.
Depending on the boundaries, most of the work inside the perimeter is the city of Atlanta.
Okay.
Fulton is more dedicated to everything outside the perimeter, but all the permitting basically is the city of Atlanta all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Anything you would like to add? I know.
No,
To the pre-closing
no,
process.
he explained when he has to go to the study commission.
Yeah, it's some challenges that you need to fulfill.
Which involves meetings and stuff. Right?
Yeah, you need to attend to a couple of meetings with the neighbors, and you have like an audience, like an audience with the committee, and actually people go there to just trying to say why it's not a really good idea to renovate these places.
Because they want to keep basically in historic places, historic neighborhoods. They want to keep the historic factor,
Yeah.
right? They want to keep the historic look. But at sometimes, like this property, if we can show a before picture, it doesn't look that good at all. So you're not.
Well, we
preserving
save
it.
a lot of the
Right.
exterior. We preserve a lot of the exterior part of it, the fireplace, the brick, the siding. Outside, we didn't do much. We just replacing the railings, and they have like a really specific parameters in order to approve all these renovations.
You have to keep the two doors, because it's
The double door.
The double door,
Really?
because it's
Yeah.
before
Because it's
This historical place, you can
Yeah.
modify anything outside. You cannot modify.
now. Did you consider that before closing the property?
Yeah, because we have done a couple of historical places so far.
And you decided that it was worth to work in that area.
Well, this is a really really hot area. Historic West End.
It's a hot area.
It's really
Yes.
hot. It's really hot. Long time ago it was a little bit hotter. The market was a little bit hotter, but right now it's a nice place to renovate.
When was that last year? Or beginning of
This
this
one it was we started last year, and we finished this year. We sold this
Beginning
house.
of this year,
Yeah.
okay.
We
And
sold the house this year.
how long did it take the closing, the selling, to sell it?
It took some time because we got 2 different contracts on this house.
Mm-hmm.
And for these different reasons, actually not attached to the house, the contract fell through, and it took some time in order to actually get the property sold. But it's part of the challenge. It's part of the the learning curve. But sometimes you don't control the factors, and this was the case.
The screen, can you see? Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
I love it.
Yeah, man, we're pretty cool. But anyway, before we jump into the point number 2, which is financing the property, just wanted to give you some background on MOG. Here we are on a mission to change the way people invest in real estate by developing the #1 home improvement experience on earth. Okay, starting here in Atlanta. And the way we do that is that we combine the most effective system in the marketplace, the most effective renovation process, to the best customer service available in the city. Okay, ready to do whatever it takes to make our customers satisfied. Because of that vision, we're really changing the game in Georgia. We're building a family of raging, loyal fans and delivering absolute dream projects with zero stress at all for almost 10 years now. Okay, just last year alone, we delivered 140 projects. This year, we're on track to triple that. That's more than our top 3 quote-unquote competitors combined. So that's right there, a little bit of us, why we're qualified to even be talking about this. And today, we're really qualified because it's our own project, right? So sometimes we're talking about different topics, and people are like, okay, so how do I trust these people? Today is our own property, so we have the designer here, we have the builder here, the clown here, so and Marcel. So we're really qualified to be talking about that. Okay, so moving forward. By the way, how much did the repairs cost? How much were the estimate that you came up with before starting, and how much was the real thing?
We put the numbers, the initial numbers that we put on the renovation. It was 120,000.
130K. What's the ARV?
120.
120.
We bought the property, I believe, around 120.
You bought it for 120?
Yeah. And
what was
we
the after repair value?
The after repair value that we estimated was 350.
Okay.
And actually,
So
the
you
first
spent-
contract that we got it over that price.
So you spent 240 to get a return of 110? Or-
Rough numbers, yes. That was the
Wow,
we aim. The
That's
target.
a nice return right there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So you're closer to be a billionaire, huh? And you're not telling me. Okay. So, second item is the financing of the property. How was the financing of 1268 Lucille Avenue, Southwest, AIDA? And speak louder, AIDA, so people can hear this beautiful voice.
It was a private money lender.
Brand,
A private money.
Okay. And how did that go?
It was good. We've been working with this lender for a couple of times already. And
Is
it's
it someone that we know?
yeah.
it's a friend of my wife.
And
Very
Um,
good.
and we did the deal with him.
is that guy in Florida?
Yes.
He's in Florida, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the difference between, because most of rehabs that we do for our customers, they use hard money lenders.
Yep.
What's the difference, not only on terms, right, of the hard money, the private money, but for the process itself? For example, how does the inspections to get part of the draw work? Is the draw all at once? How does it change?
Well, this is based on relationships. With this lender, we don't do any inspections. Basically, we require some draws every time that we hit a benchmark, an inspection.
Don't do.
No, he doesn't do any inspections.
Really?
Basically, it's based on draws.
Okay.
But we submit to them, to him the result of the inspection.
You
So
send some pictures, things like that.
yeah, basically the result of the inspection, and that provide them benchmark in order to get the draws from him.
And did you all get the entire 120K?
Yeah, actually we went over budget for around 7,500.
7,500.
Yeah.
Okay. So the plan was 120 for repairs.
Yeah,
And you actually spent 127.
yeah.
Correct. Almost 128. Okay.
Yep.
And why is that? Why did that happen?
Well, always you have some kind of unknowns, and we hold the property for. We usually aim to get it, around 6 months, and it took a little bit longer for the two contracts that didn't go through. Some holding
For the
costs in
two
there.
what?
For the two contracts that we have on the house, we leased the house around January, February, and we sold
But
it
it
like
wasn't- okay.
in August. Right?
It wasn't related to repair, the 7K.
No, actually, the first one was bad luck. The buyer, they just filled the taxes and they found out that they need to take some big bullet in there. That's why they back it out. And it was above the asking price. I think it was like a 369,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it was a sweet deal, and all of a sudden you just fell through.
Question.
Closing costs.
In the closing process of a commercial deal, I know that we have the retradeable offenses, right? How is that laid out in a single family deal, in a just a regular selling contract like that? Can they just back up because of
Well,
taxes?
depending. In this case, they were on the due diligence period, and they.
What are
they
the
back it up.
conditions that people can use to back up?
During the due diligence, you can actually don't need a reason to it.
You don't need a reason.
No, you just
Okay.
back it out and you get your earnest money back. That was this case. When you back out after the due diligence, you can lose the earnest money, which is the money that you put on, as a good faith
As a down
on the
payment
contract.
or whatever.
But when you have a final contingency, usually it's a little bit longer. And when something fell through due to financing, if you're on the period, same, you can just back it out if you can just follow through with the financing.
Okay.
In this case, from the buyer.
And let me see this here. Joseph Castaneda is commented on the live.
Hey,
What's
Joseph,
up,
how you
Joe?
doing?
Hi, Joseph.
Okay, and so you would how can people line up more private money lenders like this? Because I assume that's what you prefer to do, right? Instead of using hard money.
Yeah, it's easier, it's cheaper. It's in this case with the lenders that we've been working with, it's super effective. It's really smooth, and it's based on relationship.
But I would
build
assume that some cases that's actually not that good when you're dealing with somebody that's a friend or a family member, somebody like, and doesn't understand the business completely because he's not a professional lender.
Mhm.
So in your case, it went all good because it seems that the relationship was very good.
Yep.
But how can people make sure that they find the right people to do that with? Because I would assume that
Build a rapport,
not
because
anyone
most
is-
of the people most of the
online.
people don't understand that this is a business that is really complex.
Mhm.
And things happen, and delays happen, and things that you don't control happen. I think it's really important to lay out with a lender, I mean, the plan that you have in trying to make them understand how the process is going to be.
And when you work with a private lender like that, private money lender, do they get a cut of the deal or just the interest?
Depending, we work different ways with different people. Sometimes just paying just pure interest. Sometimes they have some participation on the profit. Sometimes they don't have anything. Sometimes we do like a kind of joint venture. It's like a different ways to do
How
it.
did this case work?
It was a joint venture, this one.
So he got a piece of the.
Yeah, he got a piece of the profit.
Okay.
But as I said, for the financing really smooth, and with people that you can count on, I believe it's a good deal.
That means that with people like that, they will actually reduce the interest a little bit.
Yeah, we negotiate some terms based on the profit that they're going to get.
Okay.
In
Because
this
there's no
case.
point for interest, right?
Yeah, exactly,
I mean, of
exactly,
course.
because you're getting part of the deal.
Yeah.
That works just as the money that you want
It's an
to
appreciation,
make
yeah.
exactly for financing the deal.
Okay. Let's look into the project returns now, and that's really aligned to what Ida does, which is the design part,
Mhm.
because that's what actually and staging, because that's what actually gets the buyers to come in and really, if it's a homeowner to want to live there, if it's an investor to want to rent that. So what was the return of this project?
It was we put around 250. We sold the house in 326.
326.
Yeah, after 6 months on the market, the two contracts that didn't follow through.
Which
You get-
just delays the process normally, right? Even if you have like 10 buyers, if you go under contract with one and in a row they just back out for any reasons, it will delay the process. It doesn't mean that the property is not selling quick. Correct?
And in this case, it was really impressive because in this house we had like a 125 showings in 6 months. I mean,
125
showings. People went to see the property. We have 11 open houses. I mean, this house was in the market for a long time.
Yes, and I want to mention that we have the best realtor. Her name is
Rocio.
Becerra. Yes. She
So
did
I have
a
to receive.
very good job.
And let's jump into this off topic a little bit. It's not that off. Why is it so important to have a good realtor to help you in a deal that is like things are happening like that? How can a good realtor make it smoother for the seller?
Okay, the first one, she's part of the team.
Yes.
And that's why we are successful too, because she's.
You can go far alone. I
No.
learned that.
She's
This is
part
a
of the
team.
team,
Yeah,
yes.
some team
Because you only have 24 hours, right?
Yes.
I have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. If we combine all of us,
Yes,
we
and,
can do
and we
much
trust
greater
a lot
things.
in her because she give you us very good advice about the selling the property,
Okay.
and she's always on top with us.
Mhm.
Or,
What does that mean?
like she's spending every she try don't lose any key for everything getting good.
Yeah,
Like,
the smooth process
yes.
and all the marketing, all the logistics and the real estate paperwork side of it to make sure that we're going to close the
She's
house.
always open to do open houses and open to help to the result.
And in this case, you need to be creative because you actually have a situation that you don't control, and you need to actually figure it out in order to close the property at the end.
Which is the people backing out
Yeah.
for reasons who are not regular reasons. That's what you need to understand. It's not always that people will back out just because they think it's a bad deal or they think they're going to
And actually,
They're
the
being-
inspection were really good. And the thing is that the stereotype is every time that a house goes back to the market is because something is wrong, and it's
Yeah.
not true. It's so many things that can be related to. The most common is something is wrong during the inspection process, but we didn't have that issue.
That's why I prefer the commercial contracts, because you can't back out for anything. You
Yeah.
know, like, I mean, I understand. I mean, yeah, you just realize that you're going to have a big tax cut. I know exactly how much taxes I'm paying next year already, because I have a software that does it. Some people don't, but I don't feel that that's an excuse good enough. That's not a retrievable offense, as we call in the commercial, right? And that just, for the seller, is a pain.
It is.
But, and
It is because it hurts. I mean, every day in the market, it hurts you. Every contact that you have, it hurts. But believe it or not, after all these delays, we got contacted for A&E, the TV channel, and actually they shoot a program in this house.
It's, by the way, what's the name of the show?
Vacation rental.
Vacation Rental, and it's going to be aired actually
And the channel A&E.
A&E, okay. And did it air already? Not yet,
No.
right?
No, not yet. But it's the second time this year that we have a house on
Yeah,
TV.
the first one was that red one,
The red one in Palmview Terrace that was in House Hunters.
House Hunters. That is a
HGTV.
HGTV show,
Yeah.
right? And
But I give it the opportunity just to, having the chance and the proud that we're going to have
it is
another house.
very nice, right? But because it's some sort of like recognition. I know that the times are changing, and right now we have online shows like these. But still, TV is a status thing, and they won't put anyone there. They won't
Yeah.
put any property over there.
Yeah, and at least not all of them. And we're really proud that 2 times this year it happened to us. And it's interesting because this house, it was beautiful, and we have so many showings. This house, it was well visited for everybody in the West End.
This one.
This one,
Seal Avenue, okay.
yeah, it was crazy, over 100 showings.
Let's check some videos of the property on the big screen over there.
We're
real
seeing
quick.
videos in there, right?
Oh, there are videos?
Yeah, it's running.
Ah, it's running. I'm just
Come on, we have Marcelo, man. Come on.
myself. Yeah, so we have the video of a bathroom showing right now. Actually, I want to put on the screen so Aida can see what's happening,
Yes.
and she can comment on what we're seeing there, because that's the design part. Aida, right now we have a video of one of the bathrooms. I believe this is the tub bath. Let me see. And let's go for the live show. So now we're kind of like in an infinite loop. The show and the show and the show and the show. All right, Aida, get ready. I just need to take the sound off. So now we're kind of like in an infinite loop, showing. How do I turn it on? Right here. You see? Okay. So Aida, about this bathroom. Thoughts on that? How was the design process? How is your design process, by the way? Because I never asked. How you take all the information, then you come up with the design board, and then you get it approved by the homeowner or the investor. How do you do it?
The way we work with us is
A little louder.
okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I start with the house is completely destroyed. Like
I'm having problems with this chair over here. You see?
yes.
Maybe I can get another one. Go ahead. Talk.
Okay, and I make decision with Victor about the layout, and then I can, I make the decision. The house, the design is in the store, like floor and decor, and
Aha. Go ahead.
yes, and that moment, takes like 4 or 5 hours in the store for make the decision how is my design in each part.
By the way, you came up with a really nice pattern for Glenwood. What's the address? 2936 Glenwood Avenue. It's another flip that we have on the market right now, and it looks so good for the island, right?
Yes.
That they copied that and they put it to be exposed on the store. You
Yes.
actually have a picture with that, right? Maybe I can show the picture on your Facebook after that, but go ahead. Sorry for interrupting you. Another time.
I switched over to that.
Yeah, now we're seeing, what is that? The living room?
This is
Living room, and you
the
see the
living
kitchen.
room.
There's a big elephant,
And I put in a stone in the chimney.
stone in the chimney,
Stone
okay.
fireplace.
The lead lights
Yeah.
over there.
Yes,
That's
light
really
LED
lights.
nice.
lights,
And
wine
this
cooler.
is a tile.
What
This
is
is
that?
a
Okay.
custom-made island.
It's not a massive square footage,
No.
but it really looks like really effective the way, it's an open concept and with the sink on the island, right? Both ways? You have the sink on the other way too? No, just on the island, right? Oh,
Yeah,
you have
just on
one
the
there.
island.
Oh, okay. And then the fridge. Oh, what's the name of that man over there?
Oh, the wine cooler always.
The wine cooler.
Yes.
There's always wine coolers on our
Yes.
properties. It's like
And the pot filler.
pot filler, yeah. That pot filler is pretty cool, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice feature.
For people who cook, it's really nice. What is that? The dining room?
This is the
Yep.
dining.
Okay. Thoughts on that item? Let us pick your brain. Let us know what style that is.
Okay, believe me, when I love, I love work in the design and then the staging part, and I wanna say Rocio helped me a lot too, and enjoy it. When I have to do the staging because, a lot of things happen behind the scene.
Right.
The people know, but I think I feel the house and I make the decision about the design and the color outside, color inside, and I love my job. I put in my heart in there. I don't like copy anybody. I don't
That's for me. You really connected with her right now. She said she puts her heart in that. Not a lot of people can say that about their jobs, like for sure. And I mean, we put our hearts in the construction side, right?
Yeah,
And our
put my
hands
heart.
and our toes and our heads.
We care, and that's the main difference. Well, maybe differentiate MOG from everybody else. We do care. We put the heart and the effort on it in order to deliver every house and the way that we want to be delivered as well.
Let's see some pictures real quick. Marcelo, can you put some pictures on?
Sure.
Oh, the master bath is beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a lot of comment from the agents and the clients about
I was
that
only able to make
master
a
bath.
couple pictures from Dropbox. Let's start with this one.
Wait for some pictures real quick. I love that LED lighting, man.
And you can change the color.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
change
can
the color,
change.
the
It's just like
patterns.
that rain shower, right? That
Yeah.
it has multiple colors.
Multiple colors,
This is
depending on
the-
the water temperature.
This
Yeah.
is the master.
Master
Bedroom.
bedroom.
I love the 3 ceilings.
Yeah, we have a master bathroom peak right there. I love the details. it feels like every property that we flip, you come up with different details, totally different styles. Like the last one, which was Glen Avenue, was like black, right? Black was
and
really,
white and
yeah,
red.
black was really present. This one you have this
Like a light purple,
purple.
and gray, because the color that I picked for the wall is a light gray, and with the dark floor, I think the good combination. And you
Okay,
make
so
like a
gray with the
cozy,
dark floor.
yeah,
Okay.
with cozy. It's
Yeah, she
really
never
cozy.
repeat a tile in a bathroom. We have done this for a few years already, and we never repeat a bathroom. That's pretty
Because,
cool.
like she said, she puts the heart in it. For her, it's not a. Because some people, they're like myself. I always think on scale, you know. So thinking on like doing one personalized thing per job for me wouldn't work for what I do.
Mhm.
But for her, it's her passion.
Yeah.
Right. Not saying that I'm not passionate about what I do, but it just doesn't work when you
It's
do like
different
100.
approach.
Yeah. And that's what people want. People who are willing to do the disproportional things, put the disproportional effort. And
That,
she wants to see a bath. You have
Picture
a
of the
bath
master
there?
bathroom?
Yeah.
I think I have one, yes.
Yeah, let's just check the last picture so we can move forward. There you have
I do
the
have
living
this
room
one.
again. With the big elephant.
oh,
The big
I love-
elephant in the
I
room.
love
We have the
elephants.
big elephant in the room over there.
Yeah. You know, the staging is like a show. You have to do, use bright colors, and the people when you go to the house, you feel like it's a home. A home you don't wanna live.
Yeah.
I don't like gray colors and like a cold. You feel cold.
You don't like gray colors.
I like, but it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite. Okay. And you look myself. Oh yeah, you found something here.
Yeah, I found one here. This picture's giving me a problem.
Well,
Might be a second.
Yeah,
I'll let you know
that's.
if I can get it on.
Okay, so real quick before Marcelo gets the final picture we want to go over, which is the master bath, right? Is that the master bath?
Yes.
Yes,
I believe
I think
so. Just wanted to invite you all to head to our website right now. It's mogimprovementservices.com, so you can subscribe to our newsletter. We send a weekly email, okay, so it's just one email every week with home improvement offers, special offers for the list, home improvement content just like this. And if you want to take our relationship to the next level, that's a great way to do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, head out to mogimprovementservices.com right now. And if it's your first time doing it, or if you didn't do it in the last 10 minutes, because that's how we set it up, a welcome mat will come down and you'll be able to subscribe to our newsletter in exchange of a little bribe, okay? That's who we are. We'll give you a bribe for your email. And again, just one email per week. The unsubscribe link is very easy. We don't want to have people on the list that don't want to be there, just the VIP people who actually appreciate what we're building. And yeah, head to mogimprovementservices.com right now and subscribe to our newsletter, okay, for more amazing content like this.
Yep. Valuable information that we send every week, and we want to be in touch with everybody.
Yes. All right. Any luck, Marcel?
Maybe you can find.
Oh, is it working?
Oh, let me see if I
Just
can.
go on,
Yeah, let me see if I can put it. I don't know if I have the pictures here though. Let's see if it's one of those. Is it one of those right here? No. This is.
Video or photos?
I'll put the video because I don't find the photo. You have the video then?
I believe I have the one bathroom video that I showed. And then I think the next
Maybe
one.
it's amazing, a small bathroom. This one is.
Which one? This one?
No,
This one?
this one there.
Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah, I see. No, go back.
No,
Go
this
back.
It's
back.
more the
It's
pattern, right?
Down.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Check out this
Yay.
barn door. We found it, people. Success. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
This is a pebble.
It's just the quality doesn't seem that good. Let me see here. Let me put. Yeah, well.
That's the best quality.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yes.
The sink's
Yeah.
really nice. The
Yes, I
system
love
vanity.
use that.
This is like an
Completely different,
anti-slippery floor. What was that?
Yeah. And when I did that design, I'm thinking about fountain, like a castle.
Yeah, this is the sink.
Well, I don't wanna give it.
Anyway, people, let's jump into the last item about this project, this case study we're doing today. What's the address again? 1268 Lucille Avenue. We started the project at the end of last year, and we finished it in this year. The closing took about 6 months because we went under contract 2 times, and for really silly reasons, the buyers decided to back out. But we ended up managing to still close it in a really smooth process with the help of Lucille Becerra, correct?
Yes.
Becerra. Okay. Tell me some unknowns, Victor. Some peculiar things that happen in this project that is not.
One of the biggest one was we deal with 3 stop of work orders for silly reasons. Being an historical place, the city really enforced things, and we got actually dealt 3 times with these kind of issues.
Okay.
Someone call and they go and evaluate things, and they didn't find the people call and say that we're doing something that we're not supposed to do, and after 2 or 3 weeks,
What people? City people?
the neighbors, someone,
Okay. They call the city.
they call the city come out, stop, put a stop of work order, and
Oh,
after
so
they
we
need
got
to go
a
to the
stop of
process.
work. Okay.
3 times.
3 times.
For
Which
3.
delays the project.
Oh yeah, every time that you get one, you need to spend 2-3 weeks actually to get the inspector out to show them that we're not doing something wrong.
And
You-
that's something. Let me just say something. That's something that you should consider the neighborhood, because sometimes, unfortunately, if you're doing a flip, chances are most of flippers they go for the distressed neighborhoods, right?
Yep.
Meaning that you probably have distressed neighbors,
Yep.
correct? And I mean, I'm not being prejudiced or anything. It's just part of the game. You need to take that into consideration. People people.
You need to deal with some limitations in historical houses.
Right.
That's basically the bottom line. But I believe the biggest unknown was that dealing with the city for 3 times for 3 different things that actually when the inspector came out, they just removed the stop of work.
How does the process work? The person makes the complaint, and
The city come out and stop everything.
immediately. We know that's ridiculous.
Well, it's really fast to stop, and actually it takes
Takes
2 or 3
time to
weeks to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
But it's part of the dynamic, I guess.
Another thing you should consider the neighborhood. Consider the if you get a stop order, it will take a little while.
And
to
we have
get
done different historical places several times, but in this one it was a big challenge to to deal with these historical issues.
So the neighbors were saying that we were doing things wrong in terms of the historical.
Wrong. Yeah, well, one of them it was one neighbor said that we remove or move or we modify the fireplace on the house, and we did it.
Mhm.
But as I say, it took 3 weeks in order to just straighten things up and just keep moving forward. The
3
second
weeks
one,
each time.
each time.
So a total of 9 weeks.
9 weeks that you don't do anything.
I went to civil engineering school and can't do math.
Yeah.
But, okay.
And I put in shoulders, and I put in, I'm paint the brick, like German smear style,
German smear style, okay.
and I have to take it out. And I put in a stone in the step when you get into the side of the house, and I put in a beautiful, what is it called when you put in the flowers,
Flower pot.
flower pot, and under the windows, and I have to take it out.
Which is an extra cost,
Of course.
It is some
And time.
right? Which is also cost.
Yeah. Maybe more
Okay,
expensive.
how can people, we'll have a lot of beginning investors who watch the show. How can the beginning investors, the beginners, actually protect themselves from things like that, which are part of the game? What are part of the game?
Well, it's no warranties in this business. Information.
How can they set them?
I believe information.
Success?
Information how actually entails in order to work with historical district. Trying to find information from more experienced investors in these historical places, because the dynamic change a little bit, and it's not the typical rehab. Some conditions apply, some limitations apply. The time takes a little bit longer for the permitting, for the inspections and all that. Information about exactly what to expect on the process is not as fast as a regular house in everywhere, and the permitting and all the limitations that you have, so many things that you cannot do in these properties, outside-wise, most likely.
So it's a tough game. You have
Yes.
potential issues before the project, during the project, after the project,
Yeah.
and you need to be prepared for that.
We're not really afraid to do that,
Yeah.
but in this case, actually, we deal with a lot of things,
Sure.
with historical things. I
Yeah.
mean, but it's part of the deal, it's part of the game, it's part of the, being an investor.
Okay. Any additional information, Aida, before we close today's show? And I have some announcements to make too about what's happening this week with the company. So, any final thoughts, final words,
No?
piece of advice,
Keep going and
jokes?
keep going, and for the new people in this business, and
Keep
fo-
going. That's what. you
Don't
said.
give up.
Don't give up.
and keep, and, try and you can do it.
It's a lot of try and error, right?
Yeah.
A lot of try and
But the
error.
more important, if you don't have any idea, you can trust in MOG.
What people don't realize is that at least at the very beginning, it is a full-time job. Guaranteed.
It is.
It is a full-time job, no? Because until you get to the level where you can actually consider yourself an investor with, how do they call it, passive income or whatever, you have to hustle a lot, like a lot, to get to that level, if you don't have any leverage.
And it's important that you need to understand the process.
Yeah.
I believe that one of the biggest challenges as an investor that we have had is the fact that we need to understand the process, what entails to do things.
You need to know the rules of the game if you're playing.
And that's the major issue that most of the people don't get, that you need to deal with different situations, you need to deal with different perspective, because the contracting is just one part of it. The design is another one, the city, the inspections, I mean, all the process entails a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you can do it, that means that you need to understand how the process works to be more efficient.
At least to delegate it properly, correct?
Yeah, because it's easier just to call the right person to solve an
Yeah.
issue, and that applies to expediters, that applies to the city, that applies to inspection, that applies to the contractor.
Now, if you feel like you're at the level to work with a one-stop shop like us, that's even better. Because what MOG allows our investing partners to do is to scale the business by not having to handle any of it.
Yeah.
The only thing that you need to do is to find more deals.
Because the bottom line that we're handling here is trying to deliver to you. And we're going to deliver to
Hands
you.
off. 7 to 9 weeks is
Yeah,
done.
we just keep you updated, what's going on. This is the result, just go on and see it.
And
But we're not trying to sell ourselves here. Go
No,
ahead.
but let me tell you something. And
Just a
one
little
of the
bit more.
plus they have with us is we are speak Spanish, and I wanna.
We speak Spanish. Okay.
Yes.
Not me, but you.
No, you speak Spanish. And
Yo hablo un poquito.
I know.
Muy bien.
vas a hacer
Sí. Yo entiendo mucho.
Okay.
Put the Marcelo, put the
The subtitles.
Subtitles.
subtitle.
and we are wanna help the Latin market.
The Latin community, okay?
Yeah, the Latin community, they wanna start in this business.
And they don't have people to actually, teach them the ways, right? That's why we actually have a JV, a partnership coming up with some of our friends. We're going to be talking about that a little further. But yeah, absolutely. The fact most of us here speak Spanish is a great asset to this community that don't have people to help them.
It's
over there.
afraid because
Yeah.
don't speak, very English, or it's afraid to, make the decision. The
Just imagine
The
if it was
risk.
you, right? And
Yes.
You're dealing with someone that you can't even communicate with
Yeah.
them, and you're like putting your money on the line.
And it's a lot of people that don't speak English. A lot of people don't speak Spanish. We're lucky enough in order to speak
A lot of
both.
people don't speak English.
And you
Yeah.
actually are the bridge between the two sides.
Right,
of
in the
it.
same business, what he meant is in the same business, we have a lot of people who only speak English, a lot of people who only speak Spanish, and some people like me that speaks some
Portuguese
a
and
little
some.
bit of each.
like Joseph say, Latinos in the house.
Latinos
That's
in the
right,
house.
Joseph.
Joseph is the guy that we're coming up with the partnership with. Tremendous guy.
Yeah,
If you
just
need-
Baker Collins,
Baker
great
Collins.
Harmony Lender people. They have an amazing team.
They are our official hard
And
money
Selena
partners.
Williams too.
Selena Williams too. She's the best real estate agent What county she stays at?
I believe she works in Gwinnett County.
Gwinnett County. She's the best. If you need an agent to help you to close more deals, to close it faster, make sure you call Selena Williams.
Yeah,
and if you need the money to do so, call Joe.
Easy.
And then we renovate and sell.
If you need another agent, Rocio Becerra too.
And another agent, Rocio stays in the city.
She can work everywhere.
She works everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
If you need renovate your house, call MOG.
Okay. I like that. First time that I hear that, but anyway. Okay. The show is over. Okay, no more talking, people.
No.
We're out of time. But guys, just wanted to thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, really appreciate that. Some announcements. Today we're going to be on the monthly Atlanta Rehab meeting. I forgot the address, but it's somewhere.
Sandy Springs?
It's close to Sandy Springs. I think it's a little after
In the
Sandy
same
Springs.
restaurant?
No,
No, it's
let me
not.
check the address here.
Yeah, we're going to be there, hanging out a little
The
bit,
entire
networking.
team. Yeah. Let me see here. And we're going to be putting some tables there in the future. The address is Presidential Parkway, Atlanta. You know what that is?
Put the GPS.
Let me see. The GPS knows. I'll come up with a shirt. GPS knows. Okay. This is like Dorville, I believe. Between Dorville and North Lake, close to
We're going to
Shanley,
be there.
close to the DeKalb Airport. And yeah, we have a car, so we're going to. Otherwise, we'll be flying there.
In the future.
In the future, will be the helicopter. You know that they're coming up with the Uber helicopter.
Yes.
Man, I'm down.
It's pretty neat,
Right.
It's
Very
the
neat.
MOG.
Or we got our own helicopter. Anyway, it's our visioning time now. We're going to be there. This week we're coming up with some great offers.
Oh,
So again,
you see Joseph say it's in Houston Grill.
Hudson Grill.
Hudson Grill, I'm sorry.
No, it's
Sandy's
not.
Grill.
No, that's just tomorrow.
this is a
That
tomorrow.
one is tomorrow, Joseph. With
Come on,
Jose
Frank
Rhea.
Iglesias.
Come on, Joseph. Well, we're going to also be on that one tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
so
Hudson Grill, Sandy Springs.
we're everywhere. You just, you can't get enough of us. I'm sure. And with
No.
our retargeting, it's just following you. You go to our website one time, you'll be seeing us everywhere.
Like a group.
Yes, like a stalker and stuff. But anyway, a cyber stalker. Okay, what else are we going to be this week? I think those are the main
The
ones.
main two, yeah.
Please make sure to subscribe to our newsletter. We have some great offers coming up this week. What else? And that's it. Make sure
Thursday,
you.
show on Thursdays at noon.
Yeah, we have the show, the Home Renovation Made Simple show on Thursday, also 12 p.m. We're coming up with a podcast that is going to be aired every Wednesday to comment industry news. But we're lining that up. We're lining up Aida's show as soon as she says, let's do it. It's still the convincing time, but anyway. I'm
You have
still
to
trying to
bring me
close
to
that
the
deal.
Yeah.
Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, I need to, yeah.
You have to give me the gift.
Yeah, I will give her a Brazilian barbecue place gift card. $10. You can eat like this size of steak. But what else? Next Monday, the Art of the Rehab show again live at 12 p.m. Make sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Go to mogimprovement-services.com to get some special offers we're lining up this week. Also, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notifications so you can be really bugged by us, because email is not enough, retargeting is not enough, advertising is not enough, direct mail is not enough. We want to be all over y'all. And no, I'm just joking.
I want to say
A
thank
little
you
bit.
to
To
um,
special thanks from
Michelle.
Aida.
Michelle, say
Joseph.
congratulations, Aida, and Joseph. Yes, Joseph, I can do it.
Josepina.
Yes.
Josepina, you guys know Josepina?
Yes, she's my best
Josefina.
friend. She's in Venezuela.
Okay. Joseph, Matthew, Rocio, thank you so much for
Thank you.
stopping by. And that's it. See you all on the next show. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Hey, happy.
Bye.